Research on the composition of stars has revealed that we really are made of stardust. The results came from a catalog of more than 150,000 stars, which includes all the key elements of life known as CHNOPS: carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus and sulfur. The researchers for the Sloan Digital Sky Survey used a telescope based at the Apache Point Observatory in New Mexico to collect light near the stars to reveal the chemicals in their atmosphere. Sten Husseilquist, a researcher at New Mexico State University, said, "For the first time, we can now study the distribution of elements across our galaxy. The elements we measure include atoms that make up 97% of the mass of the human body. These elements play an important role in different parts of our body, from the oxygen in our lungs to the phosphorus in our bones." The catalog lists the amount of almost 24 chemical elements for each star. This is the first time that measurements of all the CHNOPS elements have been made for such a large number of stars. A fraction of the almost 200,000 stars surveyed overlapped with the sample of stars analyzed by the NASA Kepler mission, which was designed to find potentially Earth-like planets. Astronomers couldn't visit the stars to take a sample of what they're made of, so they used a technique called spectroscopy. The technique splits light from distant stars into detailed rainbows called spectra. The researchers worked out how much of each element a star contains by measuring the light patterns in the spectra caused by different elements. The colors in the spectra show dips, the size of which reveal the amount of these elements in the atmosphere of a star. The chemistry measurements use a device called a spectrograph, which senses infrared light as part of the Apogee project. The research also revealed that more of the elements of life were synthesized in the inner parts of the galaxy than in the outer parts. The researchers who made the observations are from the Sloan Digital Sky Survey, a survey dedicated to surveying the entire sky. It's best known for its images of the galaxy, but since 2008 it's been taking measurements of the chemistry of the stars. The SDSS has its own dedicated telescope at the Apache Observatory, which has 2 reflective mirrors inside it. Light reflects from the mirrors into a focusing system that includes 2 corrective lenses, which minimize distortion. The light passes through the first correcting lens and then through the second lens on top of the camera. The telescope can take sharply focused images from an area of 3 degrees, equal to the diameter of about 30 full moons.